All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Kakodash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. All right, and what I want to get into this morning, is dealing with it's time to cut the grass. All right, and that grass, all right, being Esau Edom. Okay, because Esau Edom, he's like a grass, that has spread throughout the world. Esau has grown up, his influence, has grown up throughout the whole earth, you know. And now we're in a time where the Lord's going to cut the grass. All right. And the ultimate, all right. And the person that's going to ultimately, the entity that's going to ultimately do that is Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. When he sends Yahweh Shai, it's going to be like Yahweh Shai is mowing the lawn, because destroying all the militaries of the earth. Because all these militaries have been affected, okay, by, all right, the disease of Esau. All these nations, all these governments have been infected. Some way more than others, but they all have been tainted, okay, by, all right, the disease of Esau Edom, okay. So Yahweh Shai, he's coming, to cut the grass, man. It's time to cut the grass, okay. So when you go into, because Yahweh Shai spoke on it, all right, in an analogy, when you go to Luke 12 and 28, it says, if the Most High so clothe the grass which is today in the field, and tomorrow is cast, all right, into an oven, how much more will he clothe ye, O you a little faith? Okay? So when you read it, it says the Most High then clothe the grass which is today in the field, okay, and tomorrow is cast into the oven. That's that destruction, man. All right? And Esau is like that grass that's been clothed. The Most High has clothed this man. Okay, Esau has been allowed to rule the earth. He's been given power. He's been given weaponry. He's been given witchcraft. He's been given wealth. Okay, you see, in the field, can represent what? The world. So this man has been clothed, okay, in his rulership. All right, talk about that, that woman that was arrayed, in purple and linen, adorned with jewelry. Okay, she was clothed. Okay, well, that same woman, America, what? It's going to be cast into the oven, that fire, the nukes. You see? So when you read Luke 12 and 28, if then the Most High so clothed the grass, which is today in the field, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O ye a little faith? Okay, how much is he going to clothe, all right, his chosen? All right, because Esau is not the chosen. Esau's been clothed, okay, in his rulership. How much we're going to be clothed in our rulership. Okay, so he allowed Esau, okay, to be clothed and decked out in his rulership. How much more us, man? Okay, and he's going to deck us out with immortality, man. Esau didn't get that. Okay, and we're going to have a power way beyond Esau's limited military. Okay, we're going to have wealth way beyond Esau's FRN notes, man. Okay, and we're going to be clothed in a whole nother glory, in a whole nother fashion. Okay, so when you go from there, it's to show that grass, and speaking of E, when you go here, Psalm 37, okay, Psalm 37 and 1, it says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. Yeah. So we're not envious at nothing Esau has going on. Okay, and it says don't fret, which means hey, don't, because of course we're vexed at this man's wicked rulership, but we don't fret. which means that we're not just, overly angry and, that we can't function. You know, we're not just out here ready to crash out behind Esau rulership. No. Okay, of course it's vexing and we can't wait to get out of here, man, but we're not, just so mad that we can't function. Okay, so angry and frustrated that we can't function or we ready to go crash out. Nah, man, fret not. And then don't be envious of this nigga what he got. Okay, it's temporary. There's nothing compared to what the Lord is finna do to us. And then what's getting ready to happen to this nigga, man. You see what's getting ready to happen to Esau. Verse 2, for they shall soon be cut down like grass and wither as the green herb. They shall soon be cut down like grass and wither as the green herb. Okay? So this grass represents what? Esau, man. Okay? The evildoers, the workers of iniquity. Okay? But they shall be soon cut down like grass, man. Okay? Yahushua is coming to run through these Edomites like cutting grass, man. You see? Because what the scriptures say, the whole earth needs his grass cut, man. Okay? Esau has grown up. Alright, but when you go into the scriptures, let's get this in Jeremiah, 25. Alright, it's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 25 and 33. It says, and the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. Yeah, because when you cut grass, do you go and bury each blade of grass you cut? No, it's just all over the place, man. Okay? That's how the Lord finna do, man, in the earth, man. That's how he's finna judge, man. You Edomites, okay? You heathens that follow this devil. Okay, 2/3, man. Hey, Yahushua's coming to cut the grass, man. Okay? He's coming to maintenance the earth. Okay? And the earth needs a global grass cut, man. Okay? So you evildoers and you workers of iniquity, man, beginning with you Edomites, man. Okay? So let's go from there. Let's get this in that 1 Peter. Alright, 1 Peter 1. Alright, 1 Peter 1 and 22. I started 23. It says, being born again, and this is the hopeful elect. As the Lord's getting ready to judge. Alright, he's getting ready to cut the grass. Well, he has separated the elect, okay, through the preaching of his word. The elect is being extrapolated and removed, okay, from judgment, man. You see, this is a blessing, man. The Lord allow us to believe and understand his word. This is removing us, okay, from the judgment the Lord is going to come through the earth with, man. You see? See, we're going to be on the chariot apparatus, man, as the Lord is judging. Them chariots going to get busy throughout the earth, man. Especially here in America. Okay? As the nukes are falling, man. Okay? Yahushua coming back with heavy judgment, man. But the Lord has allowed us the privilege to be born again. It's a privilege. It's not a burden to be born again. It's a privilege, it's an honor for the Lord, to allow us, to be separated, unto salvation, man. Separated unto righteousness, man. To be able to have the faith, the blessing to have faith in him, the privilege and honor to have faith in him, to follow him, okay, to rehearse the righteous acts, man, to believe, and it calls us what? To be born again with a new way of thinking. We didn't understand this type of judgment was necessary in the earth. We just thought we needed a Democrat, okay, or we thought we needed some black businesses. And no, man, no, we need mass judgment in the earth, man. Okay, from the elite banking families to the straight niggas walking around the gas station. Nah, man, we need elite judgment to go forth, man. Okay, a global judgment has to go forth. You see, a mass righteous judgment needs to go forth, man. Okay, but we have to be born again into their way of thinking. You see, it says not of corruptible seed, but of incorruptible, yeah, immortal, man. You know, the Lord has planted the seed of immortality in the elect, man, through this doctrine, man. This doctrine is leading to immortality, man. Okay, right before this judgment hits, that's how you know this all the timing of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. By the word of the Most High, which liveth and abideth forever. For all flesh is as grass. You see that? Going back to grass. For all flesh is as grass, and all the glory of man as the flower of grass. Okay? So the glory, okay, of men is like the flowers that come, because you can have grass, but then those flowers that come in the grass, man, it really deck it out like those meadows, man. It gets that splendor. Okay? Which Esau has built up, these cities and, his infrastructure in the earth. Okay, the field. That's his glory. That's Esau's glory. His infrastructure. He has, ambition for smart cities and all. No, the Lord finna destroy all this, man. He finna cut the grass, man. Okay? That's why that even that nuclear wind, from that explosion, you see, it's like cutting the grass because, you cut grass, you go through that tall grass, but after that mower come through, it's completely different. Everything is laid low. Everything is laid flat. Especially cut grass to get about a foot high. And you go through cutting it, man, it's a completely different, but what's behind the mower is completely different than what's in front of it, man. It's laid flat. Okay? And that's how the Lord is getting ready to do Esau, man. He's going to lay this man flat. Okay? Esau's getting ready to be made completely flat, man. You see, it said, for all flesh is as grass, and all the glory of man as a flower of grass. The grass withereth, and the flower thereof fadeth away. So what we're seeing now is Esau withering. Okay? Esau was withering before he fades away. Okay? Esau is drying out, man. The Lord, okay, is making this man bare. You see? The flowers are dying. Trees are dying. Everything is dying. Okay? And Esau's empire, man. He's withering right before the judgment. Okay? And going back. Remember, let's get this here. Let's get this here in the book of Yep. Sirach 10:10. The physician, which is Yahweh Shai, cut it off, the long disease. You see that? Cut it off. And he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. You see that? He that today is a king, Esau, tomorrow shall die. His rulership is going to die first. And then you're going to have a lot of Edomites that be on the live. Okay? But that's going to be the death of his rulership. And then you're going to have, because even if you go to 1,000 years, because 1,000 years is what? Like a day to the Most High. Okay? And then after 1,000 years, Esau going to be done away with, man. So even from that perspective, man. Okay? He that is a king today, in this age, is going to die in the next age, man. In the righteous rulership, he got 1,000 years and he's out of there, man. Which 1,000 years is what, like a day to the Lord, man. Okay? So the physician cut off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. Okay? And let's link it back up. All right? Tomorrow, remember tomorrow. So let's link it back up. We'll close it out here. When you go back to Luke 12 and Luke 12 and 28. And it says, if then the Most High so clothe the grass which is today in the field, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, how much more will he clothe ye, O ye of little faith? So if then the Most High so clothe the grass which is today, he that is a king today, all right? It says, in the field, and tomorrow shall die tomorrow, is cast into the oven. Their destruction, man. Okay? How much more will he clothe you, O ye a little faith? You know, O ye a little faith. You see? So we got to have faith that the Lord's getting ready to do this, man. You know, and then we got something way better coming, man. This kingdom is not the pinnacle of existence in the earth like Esau pushes as if he just brought humanity so far. No, this man brought humanity low. Okay? He's made people far more inferior. Okay? So that's the point, just wanted to go into that, Lord will, you brothers. All right, and you sisters edified. Till next time, I say Shalom, Kwam Yasha Allah, Abba, Soon, Shalom.